Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Between Star Trek Picard and Star Trek Con, Tim Russ did what no other Star Trek actor has done in the last 2 years. Russ is iconic as Lieutenant Commander Tuvok in Star Trek Voyager, a role he performed for 7 seasons on United Paramount Network from 1995 to 2001. After Star Trek Voyager ended, Tim Russ played Tuvok in fan-made productions like Star Trek Renegades, but he and Tuvok returned to official Star Trek canon with his cameo in Star Trek Picard Season 3. Russ also plays Ensign Tuvok in Star Trek Con, thereby making Star Trek history. Between Star Trek Picard Season 3 in 2023 and Star Trek Con in 2025, Tim Russ is the first Star Trek actor to portray his character in 2 different eras of Star Trek in just 2 years' time, plus an evil third version of Tuvok as well. In Star Trek Picard Season 3's finale, Captain Tuvok had a touching scene with Commander 7 of 9 Jerry Ryan, where he revealed that the late Captain Liam Shaw Todd Stashwick admired 7 and put her up for promotion. Tuvok had the honor of raising his former USS Voyager crewmate to the new captain of the USS Enterprise G. In Star Trek Picard Season 3, Episode 7, Dominion, however, Tim Russ shocked fans and 7 of 9 by returning as Captain Tuvok. But it was really a changeling posing as the Vulcan. Fans didn't know if Tuvok was alive until he reappeared in Star Trek Picard Season 3's finale. Thus, Tim Russ even got to play a diabolical alt version of Tuvok. Finally, Star Trek Con allowed Tim Russ to voice Ensign Tuvok, who served under Captain Hikaru Sulu George Takei on the USS Excelsior in the late 23rd century. As revealed by Star Trek Voyager's flashback, Tuvok played a key role in Dr. Rosalind Lear's Sonia Cassidy investigation of Con Noonien Singh Naveen Andrews. Unsurprisingly, Tuvok deduced Lear's secret at the end of Star Trek Con. When Leonard Nimoy passed away in 2015, the torch automatically passed to Tim Russ, who stands as the most senior Vulcan in Star Trek for the last decade. With Star Trek Voyager celebrating its 30th anniversary in 2025, Russ has now portrayed Tuvok for 3 full decades, and, hopefully, there will be more to come. Tuvok redefined Vulcans in Star Trek as Tim Russ and Star Trek Voyager's writers explored the intriguing aspects of Tuvok, who lacked Spock's inner conflict between his Vulcan and human sides. Tuvok's success opened the door for Subcommander T'Pol Jolene Blalock on Star Trek Enterprise. Tuvok is also a touchstone for the versions of Spock played by Zachary Quinto and J.J. Abrams' Star Trek trilogy and Ethan Peck on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Whether Captain Tuvok and evil changeling Tuvok in Star Trek Picard or Ensign Tuvok in Star Trek Con, it has been a milestone couple of years for Tim Russ, whose appearances as his iconic Vulcan likely won't be equaled by another Star Trek actor. For more than half a century, Star Trek has launched countless actors into pop culture stardom. But every once in a while, someone comes along who doesn't just join the legacy, they redefine it. And in just 2 years, one of Star Trek Voyager's most iconic performers, Tim Russ, accomplished something no other Trek actor ever has. Not Shatner, not Stewart, not Nimoy, not Picardo, Mulgrew, Quinto, or even the modern breakout stars. Only Voyager's Vulcan managed to transcend the normal course of a Trek alumnus and carve out a record-breaking achievement that now feels almost mythical. But how did Tim Russ, best known as the imperturbable, hyper-logical Lieutenant Tuvok, manage to stand apart in a franchise filled with legends? The answer lies in one extraordinary 2-year stretch in his career. One so quietly historical that many Trek fans still don't realize its monumental significance. To understand the impact, one must look beyond the character. Tuvok was often overshadowed by the flashier personalities of Voyager. Janeway's iron command, Seven's emotionless intensity, the Doctor's comedic brilliance, Paris's rebellious charm, or even Neelix's chaotic optimism. Tuvok was steady, reliable, controlled, almost too controlled for mainstream spotlight, while Leonard Nimoy famously reprised Spock across eras, films, and reboots. Even he never crossed the boundaries Russ did in such a condensed time frame. Russ essentially became the connective tissue of Trek canon during a renaissance of mixed-media storytelling. Tuvok's unexpected comeback on Star Trek Picard became one of the standout surprises of the season. Fans were ecstatic not only to see the security chief again, but to witness Russ embodying an older, wiser Tuvok, still serving with distinction. His scenes were short, but they packed emotional punch. Tuvok represented continuity, a calm in the storm of Picard's chaotic final season. To an animated performance, only months later, Russ again slipped into the role in a completely different medium. Star Trek Lower Decks brought back Tuvok in a playful, comedic cameo that still felt canon true. Many actors struggle to transition between mediums. Russ did it effortlessly. Voicing Tuvok in animation added another layer to the character's legacy. Only a handful of Trek actors have reprised their roles in both live action and animation. Kate Mulgrew, Armin Shimmerman, and a few others. But none did it within such a tight and explosive time frame. A multiverse appearance. Then came the twist no one expected. In yet another series, this time touching alternate timelines and fractured realities, Russ portrayed a different version of Tuvok. Not a simple cameo, but a meaningful extension of the character into a parallel continuity. This sealed the feat. One actor, one character, multiple mediums, multiple timelines, all within 2 years. This wasn't just guest starring, it was canon bridging. Russ didn't just revive Tuvok, he established him as a multiversal anchor of the franchise. How Tuvok outpaced even Spock. It's almost blasphemous in Trek circles to compare any Vulcan to Spock. But what Russ pulled off is unprecedented. Nimoy played Spock across film and TV. Yes, Quinto played Spock in the Kelvin timeline. Peck continues the legacy on Strange New Worlds. But no one portrayed the same character, not an ancestor, not a reboot, across as many mediums and timelines in such a short period. The closest might be Jonathan Frakes as Riker across TNG, Lower Decks, Picard, and Prodigy. But even he didn't cross mediums and timelines as fast as Russ did. Tuvok's 2-year run created a living bridge between legacy Trek, animated comedy Trek, modern prestige Trek, multiversal Trek, all without breaking the character's strict Vulcan logic. Why Tim Russ was the only one who could do it. Tim Russ possesses something rare, a complete understanding of what makes a Vulcan compelling without making them cold or distant. His Tuvok is logical, yes, but also patient, compassionate, quietly rebellious, and surprisingly humorous. Writers across Trek series love using him because he grounds chaotic storylines. His stoicism amplifies others' emotional arcs. He represents the moral center of Starfleet. His presence signals canon legitimacy, and Russ himself is incredibly versatile. He directs, he teaches, he performs music, he writes, and he understands Trek's philosophy on a deeper level that allowed him to slip seamlessly from drama to comedy to sci-fi to animated satire. He became, unintentionally, the Vulcan ambassador of Trek's modern era. The cultural impact. Tuvok's resurgence didn't just thrill fans, it reshaped the franchise's approach to legacy characters. Suddenly, minor or mid-tier characters weren't limited to their original series. They could return anywhere, anytime, in any medium. The doors opened for Chakotay in Prodigy, Janeway in multiple formats, Worf's reinvention in Picard, numerous DS9 characters returning in animation. But Tuvok's run was the catalyst. He proved audiences weren't just nostalgic, they were hungry for connective canon tissue that honored Trek's past while expanding its future. A Vulcan's legacy. 2 years, multiple universes, multiple formats, one actor, one character. It doesn't seem like enough time to make history. Yet Tim Russ did exactly that. His Tuvok is now more than a character. He's a symbol of Star Trek's enduring unity. A reminder that despite shifting timelines, technologies, mediums, and audiences, some figures remain constant. Logical, steady, true. And ironically, the one actor who achieved what no one else could was a Vulcan, a species known for claiming that notoriety, fame, and ego have no value. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.